Alright, let's go. Third Panda Cup, the qualifier, the final qualifier for the main event today in our first round, the round of 16, I want to say. We have Skogsapor going up against Disgusting, which could actually be a bit of a closer match here. I originally wanted to jump into the game of Feel the Heat versus the Khaldorians, and if that matchup rings a little bit of a bell, then it's because they played the exact same first round in the last tournament already. So because we already had the same series happen the week before, I was just like, yeah, maybe today we're gonna go into something a little bit different. So this one could be interesting. This is of course still a best of one. We have not entered best of 3 territory just yet over here. But Volskaya Foundry will be our map, and we have a ban on Medivh here right away. I mean, a couple of those players that you see on those two sides should definitely ring a bell for you, if not from some of the Division 1 games that we covered in the past, and definitely from the streamer side. And of course, there's also quite a few people now playing that have played for some of the top teams or in tournaments in the past here. I mean, we have Max Passion over here, we got Buvel, Joy playing, Skog is playing in there as well, and on the other side you have Lavakal and Rutek, just to name 2 of them. And it could be a fun one. I mean, this is definitely one of those maps that is supposed to last a little bit longer, so let's see what exactly we're going to have in terms of picks. I mean, first of all, Medivh gets banned out. We have a ban on the side of Cassia, so she's eliminated. She has been a consistent early pick, but we actually have, for Disgusting, an early pick into Ana, which leaves Imperius, by the way, open too. Now keep in mind that this is Volskaya Foundry, so if you have an Ana set up with, let's say, Liming, then you can always go for the Nano Boost combo towards the end, or towards the mid game after level 10, and you can get some serious damage in with some outside poke, so that's definitely something to consider. Yeah, Imperius and Liming get both picked, so Liming gets picked away, Imperius gets locked in at the front. And here comes May and Chromie. Alright. May and Chromie as the 2 next heroes for Disgusting, which actually puts us in a spot where we have a Nano Boosted Chromie as an option. So there's that. And that could become interesting, to say the least. It should be kind of fun. But what else are they going to ban out here? I mean, you already have the poke, right? And you have, with May, a fair amount of CC that you can bring to the table at the front. We still have a couple of heroes on the side lane that we can at least expect to make an appearance. I was just about to mention Blaze, but he gets banned out. So that leaves us with some other options. I mean, Leo being one of them. Could even go into a Rexa, which we've seen on this map when he made it into the meta. Pretty reliably, actually. I mean, it was a consistent pick here. But yeah, there's obviously still others around. Urel has been banned, Blaze has been banned, but that leaves us with Leoric, for example, open. Can still go Thrall if you want to go for triple melee, just to name another one. And, well, next ban up to Junkrat. Okay, so they still don't have a support either, which means that right now Skogsapor needs another one. Needs one support on their side, and obviously still another frontliner. If you have Imperius already, you can still chip in with a couple of others here. Can also main tank, of course. I mean, you can go into a different main tank and keep Imperius at the side lane. That also works for you. And over here, we could still see a Garrosh, we could see Johanna, as we have in this case. And there is Anduin. Alright. A little bit of Crybaby action. We got the Johanna and Imperius set up, so that's a good frontline for them. And for the Disgusting, the last 2 picks, another frontliner is needed as well. Side lane in particular, of course, now. And another damage dealer. And let's see what we're going to get for this one. I mean, if it comes to damage, you can still go... You could even go Jimmy if you wanted to. Some sustained damage for them. And we got Leo and Tychus. I like it. The Tychus pick again. So that's already cool. Okay, baby. Give me the Tychus. And then we're going to go into a little bit more out of this. Maybe finally we're going to get more of an overkill focus. I'd actually love to see that, but yeah. Okay. Alrighty, what do we get here? Last pick. And it is... Tracer! Alright! Tracer against Tychus and Chromie here. Alright guys, game number 1, again, qualifier. The third one, the final qualifier, the first round in the tournament here for us. And Volskaya Foundry is the map, so let's jump in right away. And we're jumping straight into it. Skogsapor on the left side of the map with Max Passion, Imperius, Fizziv on Johanna. We got Joy on Anduin, Buvel on Li Ming, and Skog is playing Tracer in our game in the first round of the tournament here. To the right side of the map, Disgusting with Lavakal on Mei. We got Rutek on Ana, Arkunis on Leoric, Alvarez on Chromie, and Itrax is playing Tychus. Alright. A little bit of Tychus action in the game here. I kind of like that we see him a bit more often these days again. The Renegade finally makes it back into the meta, at least to an extent, so that's kind of cool. I still want to see the level 20 talent in any game in action. I don't really care if it's a Division 70 match or if it's like the game in the grand final of the Panda Cup. But we need to have at least a little bit of action happening around that. So, yep. But at the same time now, we currently have on level 1 already the Deep Breathing. So it's going to be a Dragon's Breath build for Chromie. She's starting to fire away here. We of course are going to keep a bit of an eye on Tracer later on, as she's already starting to fight it out with Arkunis over here. And Imperius was trying to come in with a lunge to maybe help take him down early. Didn't quite come to that, but he definitely took a lot of damage and had to commit to an early fountain tap. So that's always a bit of a win. And Tracer is already in the middle of the map right away. I mean, honestly, Skog on Tracer, that might become a huge problem for Disgusting. They have a very limited amount of actual stuns. Now, they have a few tools, but hitting Tracer with the Sleep Dot is always annoying. So it's going to be down to Mei, to an extent at least, to try and control her, and that's not going to be easy at all. So for now, we have Arkunis already dealing with a wave at the bottom. Obviously, both of the teams after the 1 minute mark are heading straight for items, and the first turret has already been taken. Quick note again that to my knowledge, we still have Avalanche not banned out in the Panda Cup. So in all of those Heroes Lounge tournaments that we've casted over the past couple of days and weeks, Avalanche is banned because there is a bug where you can snowball a target outside of the map, but in the Panda Cup the ult is allowed. You're obviously not allowed to abuse it, but the ult itself is not banned out. It's one of the reasons why in those Heroes Lounge tournaments we have seen a lot of Ice Wall being played, but not so much here. Instead, we are seeing 1 kill at nearly a second. Max Passion gets saved with a beautiful Anduin move here from Joy. Nicely done. And they get a counter kill against Tychus too. What looked like a double kill against the blue team turns into a 1 versus 1 situation on the kill count. Well played by them. So that was actually a really good salvage that we saw here. Good job. Down to the bottom of the map, the 1 versus 1 continues, whereas now with the bigger they are on level 4, we have, of course, more threat coming from Tychus 2 against the front line here. On level 1, we already have the Orb talent, Triumvirate is coming in. I mean, again, level 4 is pretty much the talent where Li Ming these days is the most flexible in her build. A couple of stacks came together for the Deep Breathing on Chromie 2, she's currently sitting at 5, but with the first objective about to show up, it's where the party will really start. And then we're gonna see who is able to take a slight lead here and maybe get that initial kill. Or that initial protector at least. So already Lavakal with the healing beacon here. Still sitting at the front with Mei. Trying to see if he can set something up for Chromie in particular. I mean, there is a fair amount of CC against at least frontliners. It's going to be difficult to lock Tracer down, but if you have frontliners against you and you can work with Mei and then a potential follow-up from Ana, there is good damage output to be had from Tychus and Chromie as a combo. Especially if Tychus burns the targets down with the bigger they are, Chromie can of course try and then capitalize on the low HP pool, come in with a bit of burst damage and secure the kill. Now, there is of course an attempt on the blue team side to get the early level 7, and they're able to do that, but the lead is, I mean, half a second, maybe a second, so it doesn't really help them too much. And off we go with level 7 abilities now taken. Skating away is picked, and skating away she does. So they give up the point for now. That's on the other hand a kill. Nicely done. Good combo. Max Passion comes in with a lunge, and the follow-up is there too. On the side of... we actually see the quarter pack here on level 7. Now after the patch we've oftentimes seen the change talents on level 7, the Relentless Soldier being picked up, but right now we got a grenade setup for Tychus. And also Hopelessness here for Leoric on level 7 with a full start build on Ana. Yeah, Calamity is in too, and a little bit of a difference here as well. Sleight of hand on level 7 for Tracers. That's also slightly different if you think about the changes that we've seen on Tracer. I mean, we still have the pulse generator on level 4 and the 1-2 punch on level 1. But not going into the standard on level 7 and instead deviating away from it a little bit ever since the hero saw its changes. Talking about Tracer, she immediately puts pressure onto the back line, trying to take Rutek down. Could not get the kill, but obviously making it even harder for Ana to get any shots connected here. And that trend just continues. Nice position for the healing beacon on the other hand. That definitely gave them value, but healing beacon is over. Skog has to zip away. 90% against 78, and this is going to be a close one. 11 stacks by now for the level 1 talent on Chromie, so she's getting a bit closer and obviously has access to her level 10 as is. So that might help them here. Overtime has already been reached. Here comes the attack as they're trying to go in. Trying to make the play here. Lavakal is low and is able to move out, but just barely. And Tracer had also to fall back. But oh, the Chromie damage. Nice. Beautiful Chromie hit right here. They're hoping for more and they get the kill against Buvel. And that's the Protector in play. Let's take a quick look at the end of that particular fight. I mean, Tracer had already fallen at this point and then Buvel gets attacked very quickly. And it was actually Aatrox that came in with Tychus and took her out. First of all, the displacement, and then the easy kill against her. Now we have nearly level 10 abilities on both sides, and they're committing to the middle. As expected, Avalanche as the talent on level 10 now for Mei, and rotation towards the top. So the cool part about this is actually that they were able to take the entire fort down in the middle, and they're getting even more damage out of this now since they are aiming for the top fountain. But that's pretty cool, because thanks to the 2 deaths on the blue team side, there's a lot of momentum now for Disgusting. They were initially a bit behind in kills, but now they have not only caught up, but they also took the lead here. And we have a huge amount of damage with the first one. And a beautiful kill. Alvaros here, with his Dragon's Breath build, gets another kill against Tracer. Well done. And mad problems now for the blue team. They're losing ground, but they're coming back with their own level 10 in the attempt to take it. Trucks down, blessed shield. There's the kill against Mei. And Alvaros falls to a double kill for the team. Well done. They lose a lot in infrastructure, but they're at least able to get the kills in. So let's take another quick look at exactly that kill setup. I mean, that was already after Tracer died, obviously. But here comes the kill against Mei, and then they follow it up with the second one. So that was pretty well played by them, and at least equalizes the kill count on the map. So yeah, job well done. Aatrox and Rutek still sitting at the bottom of the map in the attempt to get another item. And this camp is, interestingly enough, let alone for a long, long time. Finally, we have Joy and Skog starting to mark their way over to it. Stack amount for Chromie, sitting at 20 now. We also have on the damage numbers, 18,000 for Chromie herself, 19,000 for Li Ming. And Li Ming is really one of the heroes that could turn this around on a dime. Just simply needs to get some resets during the fight, and then this can turn quickly. At least on the kill count, it's fairly even, so it just shows that in those team fights, both teams have the potential to get kills, and one of those kills ends up being Leoric again at the bottom of the map. Akun is hoping to be able to escape from that situation, but yep, not quite able to pull that one off. And now that we are looking on to level 13, even a little bit quicker for the blue team, we got the push forward right here. And I still think that this talent is not really well named. If you have anything with movement speed on Anduin, it should be called French defense. Moving forward is a little bit of a meme, because, I mean, have you ever seen Anduin move forward? If I see him at any point, it's usually him running away. Huh? Oh! Chromie zips him back in. Imperius is down nice into him too against, well, Johanna, but they can't get the kill, or can they? Maybe? I mean, they're locking actually Jojo down even further. Fizzle is in trouble, and he goes down to Disgusting. Is picking up another couple of kills here. Ah, they're actually gaining momentum now. And with their own level 13, of course, in the board. In this case, we now have the cooling servos. We got Chromie with a 16, and we have the Neo Steel coating. Yeah, nobody likes those overkill talents. Kind of sad a little bit. I would have loved for a different build to emerge on Tychus, but when all is said and done, his build setup is very similar to what he was running before. Obviously, a lot of those talents have been buffed, so it also makes sense, but still. And the blue team is starting to fall slightly behind, not only in kills and experience, but structurally speaking, they have lost 2 forts, which is pretty rough. So that's another one that they have to kinda mitigate, maybe through the objective. It's at least gonna be an even talent fight, right? There's obviously the problem that you could potentially hit level 16 for the red team, but the blue team isn't too far behind, so there's that. And, well, let's go. That's actually uncontested for now. They just want to get the item in, I suppose. And once that they have that, they can go up towards the top and go for the fight. They're already starting to poke a little bit, which is always kind of dangerous. I mean, if you get some additional damage in, that's fantastic. But you also expose yourself to combos like this one. And if Lavakal gets burned down before the objective actually pops up, then that's a problem. There's a bit of damage coming through in the middle already as they're going for the rotation. And Itrax might be in trouble here. Goes down to half HP. Nice! Honestly, that was nearly a kill opportunity. She was completely caught in that corner thanks to that block here. And if they had anything to turn around against Li Ming, that would have been her end. Simply because she pretty much blinked into it. So it was a fantastic entomb. She had no cooldown available to get out of this one. And yeah, it didn't quite work out. But either way, now the move towards the top side, and the red team has, as expected, and mentioned, the level 16 talent, which means that Black Ice is now ready for May. And we, of course, have also a bit of an adjustment on level 16 now with the Shifting Sands, whereas Leo himself went into the Royal Focus. But as both teams are now zipping into level 16 talents, we have an opportunity to fight this one back, so let's go. And let's see if they can make something happen at the top side and win the second Protector, because let's face it, they have to set something up or it's going to be more than a bit of a problem. If they lose this one too, we might even talk about the first keep falling, and if not, then at least the bottom fort getting destroyed. But it's also the fight over here for the Healing Beacon, who's still not picked up. They're trying to steal it away. Healing Beacon gets stolen, and they're isolating Max Passion thanks to the Avalanche. Oh, but the kill against Chromie in the backline, and she's not the only one. We got a kill against Chromie, we got the follow-up against Leo, and even another kill down here as Anna goes down. And that's tricky. Now all of a sudden you have 3 heroes down. Guys, the blue team is making a comeback. Lavakal might still be able to get the kill against Tracer here, but the opening was just a little bit too strong. I mean, take a quick look at that. That's the fight right after the Healing Beacon was already stolen away, and it obviously takes a long time for Tigers to wind up there too. And the quick double kill against Chromie and Leoric kicked this off with a real nice start for Skogsapor. And they are now in full control of this. They can go for the objective, and that might just be the beginning of a comeback here for them. Leo is back, but that doesn't really help them. Anna is still not there. So it's tricky. 8 kills against 7. Protector's already down, and it's party time. The chance to take some of the structures down here, especially topside. Eliminate the fountain. So let's see if they actually can do this. There's nobody at the bottom of the map, by the way, yet. And with that, okay, now they're starting to rotate. I mean, again, normally you're trying to go for the bottom fountain. This still has to be dealt with, despite the fact that the Protector was now taking some of the waves topside down. We still need to destroy the camp here. Tracer, with all her wave clear, is the one who does exactly that. But down at the bottom of the map, here, of course, the idea is to take the fountain down as quickly as you can. And that's exactly what they do. Take the fountain, and then simply move back from there on out. If you can get a little bit more, that would be great. But they weren't able to take a single fort down. So they are able to take something down. Do we see a setup with the Avalanche, maybe? Not quite. Waiting out the trade, and the Iron Skin is over. Avalanche get used, does hit absolutely nothing. Nano boosted Chromie is also not able to connect a lot of shots here. She has the quest completed on level 1. Also her level 20 is now available, but wasn't able to do a whole lot more than that. When we're talking about Tychus, on the other hand, he actually went into his level 16 talent, so we have the armored piercing rounds, which is actually kind of cool. So at that point, you have now pretty solid damage on Tychus' overkill. Neo Steel Coating was still important enough for him to forego the newly changed overkill talent and not really capitalize on the slow. They have a lot of slows available through Leo and May already, so that's not really a problem. But let's see what else the two teams can now go for. It's actually kind of interesting. This is exactly the game that I wanted. It's 8 kills versus 7, 19 versus 19 any second. So this is pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this. So for a first round game, this is quite solid. This is quite the solid setup. And since the question keeps popping up on YouTube in particular, I have to go over this real quickly again. Some people are always asking us, just like, oh my god, why is there such a skill gap between these teams? And I don't know what to tell you guys, but that's how open tournaments work. Everybody can sign up for an open tournament, so in the first rounds of these tournaments, usually you have a bigger skill gap, and as the tournament continues, it shrinks. What an entomb here, though! That's the kill against May, but yeah, there's the kill against Leo. The entomb was nice, but they couldn't get anything out of it. They can get the kill against Jojo, though. Nice. Okay, that was a good one. So yeah, Jojo gets taken down, 19 versus 19, but the level 20 talent is imminent for Skogsapor. And it's a nice back and forth, I gotta say, in this game. Every time you think one of the teams has a bit of a lead, the next one jumps in. And initially we had the red team just dominating, at least with the first objective, taking 2 forts down, getting a very solid lead, and now slowly but steadily the blue team is starting to take it. They got the Glyph of Faith here for Anduin, we got the Radiating Faith, the 20s are in. And there's a bit of a lead now that they could possibly use to take the fort down, but it's not really a big one, and the red team is about to hit their own level 20 talents, which is, of course, giving us Buried Alive. And we now also got the Flash Freeze right here. I do doubt that we are going to see any of the new talents on 20 for Tychus. I mean, with the build that he's running, you go for the big red button usually, and he does too. So, yeah, that's exactly what we're jumping on here. A little bit more poke happening now from the distance. Chromie is obviously shelling away. And Chromie in particular, 40,000 damage for her. Not on the level of Tracer or Li Ming, but again, she's getting the numbers in for the team. Oh, and they're going for the ult. They're trying to go for the setup. Beautiful! Their combo! Nice! With the Buried Alive. What a sexy setup to get this kill just as the objective spawns. That couldn't have been better timed by them. Very, very nicely done. Yeah, beautiful setup here, no doubt about it. Chromie comes in with her ult against Li Ming, and then Leo knows exactly what he has to do. Follows up with the Buried Alive. All of a sudden, you have no chance to teleport out anymore. And that's a kill. And it's a... I mean, again, it doesn't get any better than this. Now it's another 35 seconds until Li Ming is back. They're, of course, trying to get a quick, sneaky kill here so that they can turn it into a 4 versus 4 and maybe contest this after all, but it's looking rough. And down here now, still damage against the forts, so that already softens it up. But disgusting, they, of course, smell blood in the water right now. They know that they have an opportunity here, and a big one at that. They could try and make it towards the keep. I don't think you can... I mean, you can't end the game, really, with the third protector. It really doesn't happen anymore. It has to be a very one-sided game, and the third protector leads to a total victory. Usually it's number 4 or after that. But then again, if they get another good combo set up, get an early kill, they might be able to pull it off. It's a bit surprising to me that Leo actually went into the protector, considering that he still has the entomb. So that's a little bit weird. Generally speaking, there's nothing wrong with the side laner taking the protector, but if you have one of the most impactful ults to force a fight, then it might be worth it to just like keep out of it and try to set that kill up that could potentially help them to go for the core after all. Either way, getting the keep is already important, and they're playing it actually slow. They're waiting for the minion waves, they're just focusing on it from a distance, and they're doing fairly well here. With Odin already sieged up, Chromie behind it, that's all that he can do. So really well played by them, and now they're starting to fall back, maybe rotate into the middle, but they must know that they won't be able to go for the core. Yeah, and at the same time, top side is now starting to get pushed by the camp. So that's the next one. This fort is likely going to fall. Whereas the blue team is hoping to get a kill, especially when the protector is gone. And they are burning it down as quickly as they can. Down to 7%. And there's the avalanche. Get the fuck out of here. Yep, perfect. Get the hell out of here, play of May. And May has also been the one to move up to the top and make sure that the, well, that she stops at least part of this camp. She wasn't able to save the fort or anything. But, well, there's that. Trying to go for a little bit of a sneaky setup here. May moves in. Okay, they know what's coming. I don't think there's anything happening here. No. Good trade. Nice reaction. Good reflexes from Lavakal. It was a good idea, though. If it's not the tank, if, let's say, Ana, for example, sneaks around the corner, or it's Tigers that moves in, then all of a sudden you get a free kill, and then it's a completely different setup. But it's a sexy game right now. I like it. We're 20 minutes in, and I have zero idea who's going to win this one. On a structural level, Skogsapor is definitely far behind, but they have been winning some serious fights. And now they're looking at another one as they're starting to go in. Blessed Shield is missing, though. That's a problem. They're trying to go for the kill again. Full destruction over here. Alvaros is still alive. Imperius was trying to move in, and they're zoning him out. They already took away the healing beacon, used it right away. Nobody dying in the battle, but a lot of ults have been exchanged here. And that leaves us pretty much with only Avalanche available, honestly. So that comes before the next objective starts. Li Ming is the one taking the catapults down here at the bottom, and she really has to. As long as Big Red Button is up, they're trying to go for an additional item as they're starting to jump in here. Max Passion coming in from the sides now. He's a bit low on the other hand, and that's a kill against him. One down, they're looking for more. They want the second kill, and it's Leo that falls. And May with a cryo, but she also dies. What a fight again. Yeah, May down, and that's a 2-for-1. So, quick look at that battle. I mean, as you can tell, initially it didn't really look all that bad for Disgusting, but then they lose Leo after they get the initial kill against Imperius, and May, even with her trade, wasn't able to move out and gets also killed. So that's another 44 seconds that they don't have a hero on the map in the front line. Doesn't really make the biggest difference. There's not a whole lot on the map right now that you could try and take. The objective hasn't been announced yet either. It's obviously going to spawn in the middle. But those kills are exactly the ones that Skogsapor needs. And they're starting to pull a bit ahead on the kill count. 12-10 at this point. Items, of course, are also starting to become a pretty big thing now. And pretty much nobody has anything. They exchanged all the items in the last fight, so there's nothing available for both of the teams, which is always a bit of a setback. But considering that we have in 1 minute the support camp up again, it's highly likely that we're going to see a battle over this one when the objective is up. So that should happen. Now that the control point is already announced, we have a 5 versus 5 on the map again, and ults are all ready. Every single ult is available now. So they can go for it. Damage output, 62,000 for Tigers, 73k for Li Ming. We have Tracer and Chromie both sitting at 55,000. So damage is actually, it's definitely there. Anduin hasn't died yet, by the way. Anduin has not fallen yet. Joy had a couple of good moments there. Item control, again, important. Here comes the Radiating Faith. And Tigers get saved by Ana. Li Ming is down. Big problem. And there's the kill against Anduin. Beautiful Entomb. That's a triple, baby. And with that triple, they take a massive, massive lead. And they don't even want to go for the objective anymore. Let's take a quick look as they make their way over to the core. That fight absolutely destroyed Skogsapor. First the kill against Li Ming, then Anduin falls, and they follow up with a beautiful Entomb and take another kill here. Making it a triple, and now the desperate attempt of Max Passion to slow them down. Skog is dancing around them, and they're doing a great job. They're doing a good job here. If Tracer survives... yeah, that's a big if. 5-man wipe, and now they have the time to go for the core after all. Nicely done. Disgusting. Able to secure the victory in the first round of the final qualifier for the Panda Cup. Nicely done. Well played. And yeah, well-deserved victory. Nice back and forth. 15 kills to 12 at the end of the game. And Disgusting will move on to the next round of the tournament to face off against Washed Up.